All right, what's going on? What's going on? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Um, all praises due to the Most High. Hope y'all can hear me. Hope y'all can see me. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is just a little bit of last shall be first. Mike gonna beat the out of this Vance County looking dude. Yeah, man. So this is just a little break, man. I won't gonna come on live tonight, but I decided to do so because I know that a lot of people are probably going to be watching this fight. I even seen some people talking about it in the comments last night, and that is the fight between I think what Mike Tyson is, what, 53 or 63. I'm not sure. He might be 63, 63-year-old Mike Tyson and 27-year-old uh what's his name, Jake Paul. And I know a lot of people. I know a lot of homeboys that are boxing fans. A lot of people are sports fans. I myself am a sports fan. Oh, he 58. Okay, appreciate it. So I myself am a sports fan, and so I've been entertained by sports for the longest. Sports has been a way for me and a lot of my friends to learn things about manhood, learn things about discipline, strategy, patience, persistence, consistency, all of those things, right? So I know there is a place for sports um, in American society, a place for competition and things like that. But what I want to talk about, real quick, is the usage of sports and also entertainment as a distraction to what is really going on. We all see what is really going on in this world, in this country, concerning injustice, the what we've been covering for the past 2 months. A lot of things just have been in disarray, for a long time. But one thing has always been consistent is the entertainment that we have had, and especially us, or me as being a part of Black people, we have always been inspired by athletics, by singing, by dance, by acting, by drama, by theater. Those things right there has always kept us inspired. But there's also, appreciate you, Charmaine, smoke and mirrors. But there's also a negative aspect to that. And that's what I want to talk about. That's why you saw the title. The title was Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, Juvenal, and the Roman Empire. Now, of course, everybody knows who Mike Tyson is. And make sure, once again, y'all like and share the video if y'all can. If that's your first time, y'all let me know where y'all coming from. Let me know where y'all at. And please, once again, subscribe to the channel. I thank y'all for tuning in. As you see, I'm actually live in ATL right now. Came to see a relative of mine down here, and actually, the building that she stays in is right down the street from actually Mike Tyson's boxing gym that he has down here in Atlanta. So that's pretty consequential. That's pretty coincidental. Considering Mike Tyson is fighting tonight, or quote unquote fighting. But Mike Tyson, everybody knows Mike Tyson. Everybody knows the guy. What's his name? Jake Paul. And then everybody, well, not everybody knows Juvenal, and it's not Cash Money Juvenile, you back when the bills, huh? You buying them 20-inch rims, huh? You buy not that Juvenile, right? This is Juvenal, and he was like a Roman. He was a Roman, I guess, philosopher, or he was a high-ranking Roman officer. He was a Roman poet, but And the reason I titled this live what I titled was, he said, if you give them bread in circuses, they'll never revolt. If you give them bread in circuses, they'll never revolt. And who was the they that he's talking about? He's talking about they, the people, the people. We as a people. If you give us bread in circuses, we'll never revolt. And that's what I see. If y'all remember, a few years back, probably like 2017, 2016, in the midst of the Michael Brown situation and all the police involved, unaliveness of black people, Colin Kaepernick took the knee and, he got blackballed and everybody was all up in arms saying, we're going to boycott the NFL and ain't watching the NFL, and this, that, and the other. And, forget this, get that, but then a couple of months went by, the playoffs started, the competition got hot. Everybody once again, start the Super Bowl. And, I've heard nobody say that they yet to watch the Super Bowl because, or lately, I have yet to heard anybody say that they're not watching sports anymore because of, how they failed to address the situation, or they came down on Kaepernick for addressing that situation. Because the mantra holds true. If you give us bread and circuses, we'll never revolt. And I've seen it. People just want to be entertained. I was just talking to my homeboy, and he was like, I said, man, I said, let me go ahead and do a live, man. I got to get off the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I told him what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, you really think that's a real fight? You got a 63-year-old man fighting a 27-year-old man. You really think this is a real fight, right? But what I see from this fight is that, because I know that, there are a lot of black people who are upset that, Trump won the White House. And, a lot of people are using his election as proof of, a racist system. Now, everybody want to talk about racism now. I and many others have been talking about racism for years. You know what I'm saying? Like the racist systems, and the racist agendas, the racial, the economic racism, the judicial racism, the medical racism, the nutritional racism, all of that, right? But now everybody say, well, look at the country. Everybody voted for Trump, so everybody must be racist. You know what I'm saying? And so I see this as what? A distraction from that anger that people feel. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people because I know what America is. Like, I was not surprised that Trump won because I know what America is. So, I'm not one to be disillusioned or delusional about, where I live and the experience that I've had in life. And they once again, they may use this, Tyson beats him up and, everybody's happy. Everybody rejoices and sings and, yeah, that's right. We won something, but what did we really win? If the guy wins. Now, I don't know. I'm thinking, of course, that they're probably gonna let Tyson win, let Tyson knock the guy out. But I don't see, he's 58. So you got a 58-year-old man fighting a 27-year-old man. I don't see that this is going to be even, I don't see how people cannot see that this is probably not a real fight. Now, a while back, if y'all remember, this was about the same time, 2017, maybe 2016, when Floyd Mayweather fought, what was his name? Conor McGregor. That was also a big draw, right? That was also a big draw in the I guess you would call it the sports world, right? But of course, we knew who won that. Floyd Mayweather won that. And there was a it's always that black and white dynamic. If you remember the story of Jack Johnson was an unbeatable brother who was fighting and knocking, white boys out back in the early 1900s. And what was so bad about him was he was knocking them white boys out, but he was also dating the white women. And, they could not stand that. There was a lot of great white hopes that wanted to knock him out. But what they did to my brother, Jack Johnson, is they kind of brought up the Mann Act, and because he was dating white women and taking them, on trips, they got him with what they hit our brother R. Kelly with the transport. They hit him with the same act, the Mann Act, transporting women across state lines or whatever, for purposes like that. So, but they use, those things. Thank you. New age Romanized sports. Now, once again, if you know the Romans, you guys ever seen the movie called Gladiator, right? Gladiator. And remember, the Roman Empire was a dictatorship. The Roman Empire was a dictatorship. They had an emperor, right? But he knew as long as you keep the people entertained and you gave them blood, right? You gave them blood, they're going to be satisfied, right? You remember in the scene where the emperor was like, the guy had the dude on the ground, what's his name, Maximus, and the emperor was like, held his thumb up, and the people was like, yo, they was hoping that he would turn his thumb down so Maximus would, put an end to the guy, right? And every time, when he would put the thumb down, the people would go, wow, because the people wanted blood, the people wanted to be entertained. But by that, he never had to worry about the people revolting. And that's what I see with us. Like we think this is the democracy, but I think there's a black hand that rules this country. And in order for us to not revolt or not think about how bad we got it, they got to give us the LeBron Jameses. They got to give us, the World Series. They got to give us the Super Bowls and the Patrick Mahomes and the conversations, the sports talk each in and day in. Do y'all see how many sports shows that has morphed? I remember when we was first watching sports, it was just simply ESPN, right? It was ESPN. I think it came on every night at 10 or 11. You got 30 minutes of sports. Now you got 17 sports channel and all day they're talking about sports. And while the sports have, changed many of our brothers' lives, but also it has turned our focus on nothingness, basically. Think about what sports are. A guy's dribbling, like, if you take away all the glitz and glamour, you take away all the money, you take away all the superstar, the sensationalism, what is a sport? It is a guy dribbling the ball and putting it in the hoop. And everyone is given the talent. Like, it's real easy to do, like, if you practice. So it's not rocket science, right? Some people are born extraordinarily talented, but some people are not. But some people practice all their life and they make it to the league too. So what we put so much stock and focus on. I was just out at a high school football game, Decatur versus what was that, Dutchtown, and like they got a big field, like it looks like an NFL field. They even had tents out there, like the protocol tents, right? So many people make money off these sports, and there's only a few percent that is going to reach that level of the highest sports athlete, right? But what about all of those guys who didn't make it, and when their dream didn't come true, they are so depressed. They are so, they turn to the streets, like Biggie said, the streets is a short stop. Either you slinging crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. And you don't know how many people that I've seen that were good in sports in high school that ended up in prison 1, 2, 3 years later when their dream of making it to the D1 school didn't pan out, or that went to 1 year of college and realized, dang, everybody in here is better than me. I'm from the little small town, or wherever I'm from, and everybody is better than me now. Okay, that's all I knew. That's all I thought I was going to be from day one, because they sensationalize it so much. They put so much stock into it, where it's like, if you're not a major ball player, you know what I'm saying, or rapper or entertainer, then you're no one. But that is why they are promoted so much, to keep us entertained. That's what, and that was one of my favorite lines to use, when I was in the streets, and I used to have little parties and stuff, and I would tell the people, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? You know what I'm saying? And I forgot that other line, but that is what they are. That is what I see from this. Not just this fight, but I know everybody's talking about it. I'm like, yo, this ain't even no real, like, they don't even have real boxers no more. They don't even have real boxers no more. But every now and then, when the country's in uproar, they have to do something to distract us. There are several things going in this country right now. Several things going on like that are deep, like they're preventing certain farmers in certain places from growing food, right? Nobody's talking about that, but everybody's talking about the Diddy situation. Everybody's talking about this fight. Everybody's talking about LeBron and his son playing on the team. Is LeBron's son good enough to play this, that, and the other? Who's going to beat the Chiefs? Chiefs are 9-0. And once again, I'm a sports fan myself, but I'm not one to sit around all day and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm a sports fan. I played sports from the age of 5 until the age of like 16 before I started getting into the streets. And I really think, if I would have stayed focused, as we all do, I probably could have made I could have made the league, probably, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. But getting back to what the man said, right? He said, give them bread and circuses, and they will never revolt. And bread and circus is basically a metaphoric phrase referring to superficial appeasement. What is sports? Superficial appeasement. Right? I'm gonna show you this picture right here, because this picture right here speaks to what I'm saying. But sports are nothing but superficial appeasement. Let me save this so I can upload it real quick. But this bread and circus in this definition read is an expression that refers to the practice of using free food and extravagant entertainment to keep the public content and docile. Now you tell me, if sports don't keep a lot of people content and docile, long as the Redskins on TV, man, that's all. That's all we have. That's all we have. What's going on? I thought the heavyweight champ was a man. I don't even know who is the heavyweight champ these days. I don't even know like what's going on in boxing. But that is what they use sports for now, to keep, and a lot of times I hate to say, it's the men. They keep us content and docile. And like even they said, like, even before Obama was elected, right? And I want y'all to see this right here. I want y'all to see this picture. But they said even before Obama was elected, they said that the country was on the verge of a revolt. The Bush had it so messed up. The country was on the verge of a revolt. So what did they do? Like, people knew things were so messed up. So what did they do? They put something that had never been done before. The great orator, the great, the what is that? I think yes we can, and the audacity of hope, and Barack Obama came out of nowhere and was like, yes, the problem is fixed. But in reality, what was it really? It was a distraction, because things, from a racial standpoint, got very, very worse, under that administration. But look at this picture. This is, you see, how somebody put this, somebody put this, right? Say, give them bread and circuses, they will never revolt. And that is from Juvenal. But the right side, as you see, is the Roman amphitheater, or what we call today on the left side, the stadium, right? Which is also a Roman word. But all of the, arena, those are Roman words, right? And I didn't even bother. I should have bothered to look. Hold on, we got a call coming in. Peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Oh.
You didn't mean to be live on the air?
Not really, but that's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just trying to send you some information. I've been kind of like not following the case for a while, but then I started following again. Trying to catch up. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to send you.
Okay.
I just sent you a text.
Yeah, I saw the text.
KKKK message. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the text. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got another thing to tell you. I talked to someone at the NAACP. And this person pretty much said, it was, honestly, for me, it was like a big letdown. I feel like I'm just like really like naive. But basically what she said was, in terms of getting the FBI, the SBI involved, they all know what happened. They all know, Juvenal McGee was unalived by, the authorities. And basically she reminded me that, remember who was at J16 or J6 or whatever. That was FBI. That was law enforcement. It was really, it really made me feel bad. Because it's like, who can you trust? It's like the FBI, she told me the FBI knows. She called the FBI. She's NAACP authority, a person in a position. The FBI knows. And basically she said, if they were going to do something, they would be doing it. But it reminded me that, there are a lot of people in those positions of power that are assholes, that are J6ers.
Remember, you are live on the air.
Oh, right. I shouldn't cuss.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. let me get back with you after the show, because I'm not going to be too much on, but I do want to make this point where we weren't talking specifically about the investigation today, but everything we talk about is about it, because it just deals with the system that we're under. But yeah, let me finish these couple of points, and I'll give you a call back after I get off the air.
Yeah, do that. Call me.
All right, thank you.
Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, peace. Yeah, and it's always justice for Javion. So I thank the lady for calling, but everything is justice for Javion. But this is once again connected because of distraction. And you guys made some very good points. I hope I didn't miss none. I had to go back. What was it? I mean, y'all was What does it profit? Okay, nah. So and see, we talking about the fight. I see y'all talking about who beat who, which is, but okay, there you go. King Judah said World War III, Ukrainian, Russia, and North Korea, right? From what I understand, and I don't really follow it, but we are on the verge, or possibly, World War III. And we over here with Mike Tyson, our country, well, most of our country, I'm not gonna say everybody, focused on who's gonna win this obviously stage fight. Or we on the verge of World War III, and we got the whole world worried about how many people some 50, 55-year-old rapper or producer was oiling up, in his private life. That's what basically we worried about. We on the verge of World War III, and we keep talking about should the Lakers should have had drafted LeBron James' son, and nepotism, and all of those things. Like, once again, I get it. There is a place for all of those things, but when you in the hospital, just like somebody brought up, the presidential election and how people were mad. I'm like, okay, if you was in the hospital right now, the doctor said, look, you got this serious disease, and you got to, you only got 3 months to live if this don't happen. It's not going to matter who's the president. It's not going to matter if LeBron James and his son win the title within 3 years, and he prays with his other son Bryce. It ain't gonna matter. What did he doing? You know what I'm saying? None of these things really matter in the long run. Now, they may be, once again, as the quote said, very superficial appeasement for the time being. And some people, once again, they like to escape the reality. They don't like to see these things that we talk about on a daily basis. A lot of people don't like to deal with reality. And once again, I was one too. I was an escapist. That's where my habit came from. I used to escape the realities of the world. And some people use sports, some people use soap operas, some people use movies, some people use Netflix series, some people use whatever vice there is to not deal with the reality of the world. But sooner or later, we're going to have to deal with it. And, some people are dealing with it now, like the Javion McGee's, like the Tremaine Whites, like the James Coopers, like the Percy Mixons, like their families. So these are real things that are happening in this world, in this lifetime. So, those families right now don't even care about this. They may watch it to take their mind off everything like that, but like people, and then I seen somebody say that Obama was a pacifier in black people's mouths. Once again, they give them bread in circuses. Bread is food, we know. Keep their bellies full. And have you ever heard of what? Comfort food. Comfort food. Comfort food. That's, what I'm saying. People, like I said, if a baby is crying, if you stick something in his mouth, he's gonna be quiet. Okay, you give what's wrong with the baby? Give him some milk. 9 times out of 10, that'll keep him quiet for a while, unless he need to be changed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Give them bread and circuses, and you will be fine. And also, somebody said those arenas are portals. I'm gonna get back now to these comments, but that call kind of threw me off, because once again, it's always about JVR, and so, but somebody said those arenas are portals to harness the people's energy. Now, that is the realest comment so far, because let me know if y'all ever been to an NFL game or an NBA game. Now, I was fortunate enough. One of my close childhood friends was, fortunate enough, blessed enough to make it to the NFL and played like 10, 11 years in the NFL. And I was fortunate enough to go to many games over his career. And when you get in those stadiums and you're rooting for the team, and that is a feeling like no other. That is a high. It is a rush, because when you're chilling, you're hearing the noise, and your team is winning, and you sitting there, it's total strangers white, black, Mexican. If y'all got on the same jersey, y'all hugging, y'all slapping high fives, you running over the people. That's really fanatics. Like it's really that's why they call them fans, which is short for a fanatic. I really had those experiences where it's otherworldly. And when your team lose, everybody's disheartened and sad. When your team win, you're walking out, you're yelling, you're slapping hands, and everybody's friendly, right? Because it's a circus. It's a circus, and you feel like you are part of the circus. You feel like you're part, especially if you know somebody that's out there, and that is a feeling, and that is that energy that my brother was talking about. That is the energy. Let me see. And now I got to catch up with the comment. Let them eat cake. Yeah, like think of the Super Bowl. Think of the Super Bowl. Yeah, who is J6? I don't know who's the J6. Think of the Super Bowl, though. Look at all of those performances, right? Bread and circuses. Wars and rumors and wars. The end is not yet. Just a distraction. Know that World War III is here. Esau and the bricks of all of it. Man, distraction of what's going on. Man, I shows you what that's the problem. The fight is a distraction. Yeah, I think really and this was planned. The unalivements. Shows to go on as usual. Usually a fight. I'm not using the fight as I'm trying to see Tyson smoke. Lots bad mouth. I grew up Tyson. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I mean, it's very interesting, but I don't see Tyson. Like, okay, so think of the Tyson Roy Jones fight, man. See, the Tyson Roy Jones fight. If anybody watched that wasn't a fight. Those men are really gladiators. If those men would have went in there and really went to battle, they would have hurt each other because they hit so hard, but also they are old. Like right now, I work out, what I'm saying? I work out and everything, but I've had brain surgery, I've had strokes and stuff. If I'm in there, rocking with a young boy who ain't been through what I've been through, if he hit me right, he might kill me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm older. I'm 46 years old, so I can't be out there throwing real blows. Like I can really throw some blows, but if he hit me with one of the young boys, like he might, you know what I'm saying? He might send me into a convulsion or something. You know what I'm saying? Like if I catch him with a couple right ones, he might can eat it. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a real fight. My brother who said you ready to see him smoke him, but yeah, man. I used to watch sports, but y'all took that and I don't even watch. Like I said, I used to every Sunday. Like I would really get home and go over and watch sports with my dad, but that ain't. I'd rather be looking up something. I'd rather be dealing with something. I'd rather be helping, somebody, kind of find justice or directing somebody on the path to go with whatever situation they facing. Like really, like last night was Thursday night. I was on live, and my favorite team is the Eagles, and they was playing the Redskins, which was a big game. It was a big game last night. Okay, they got me lagging a little bit. I see they got me lagging. Okay, hold on. Let me put this charger in real quick before we cut off. We get this thing charged up real quick. Let me see if we save. Am I safe? All right. Okay. I think we safe. Think about it. But yeah. But that was a big game last night. That was a big game last night, and I got off early and I watched the game, but in the end I was like, I could have kept on the live, you know what I'm saying, because it didn't do what it used to do for me, because once again I'm earthquakes are increasing, folks. California continually having there's fires and everything, military, yeah, like we gotta be careful, ESPN notification is good for me. Yeah, what is his name, Rick? You talking about my homeboy? My homeboy, man. Shout out. His name was David. Well, his name is David Thornton. One of the greatest men that I know. He withstood everything that we did as children. He didn't take that route. He stayed focused. He stayed with God, and he went through about 4 years of college. I think 5 years maybe. In his senior year, he balled out. He balled out, got noticed by the scouts, and he was drafted. He was drafted by the Colts, and he played like 5 years with the Colts and 4 years with the Titans, or vice versa. And so, I seen God, and that's another thing. Like, people, have their different beliefs in God. Like, I watched God bless him for the life he lived, and he lived by the principles outlined in the Bible. So, like that's my test. Like, that's my, like, he's still my role model, even though he's like a year younger than me. Like, I strive to still be like him, which I'm, like I strive to be like myself too, but I follow his example. And everybody probably, if you're from Goldsboro, everybody knows David Thornton, and the type of guy he is. But but I was fortunate enough to attend, and watch that career blossom. But I also realized, like, yo, man, people out here are crazy about their sports. I mean, look, like, we would go to Philadelphia and we would win. I'm talking about guys would be throwing beer on us. They would be, just they it would be crazy. Cleveland, same way. The dog pound is real. Like, it's real in those places. But that just goes to show the mind of an individual. Yeah, going to college games. Go check out how many people got arrested at the Florida Georgia game. Exactly. Travis Scott. Yep, the Travis Scott concert where all them people got unalive. Yep, it's a product that they're selling. Shout out to my man Takaris too, man. I'm gonna hit you up after the live, man. I'm in your area. Definitely in your area, man, for a few days. January 6th, all the rappers concert is the Cypher Energy. Yeah, and like I said, we give our energy to this. Like, I always tell people, imagine if you put as much energy and thought and conversation and debate into repairing your project neighborhood, or mentoring all the young kids in the neighborhood that are going astray, as you spend debating with people on Facebook, or debating about your favorite team, or watching the game, or getting prepared for the game, or playing your fantasy football. Once again, this is not a knock on nobody, but people, if you spend just as much time focusing on something that's going to be productive, then the entertainment industry, man, such and such got a new record coming out. Like, think about it. What does those things really profit in the long term? Because it's going to be a next one. It's going to be a next one. It's going to be a next one. After LeBron retires, it's going to be a next great person that they're going to promote and push to keep your attention on what is not happening. To keep your attention on what is not happening. And what is happening over here. So we definitely have to be vigilant. We're calling distraction. Oh yeah, and I'm not, no, my brother. Like, nah, no. And I probably, once again, I'm gonna watch the fight. But for real, like, if I wasn't at my relative's house, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't go out of my way to make sure I watch it. Like, if I was back home, and like I said, my cousin called me, was like, "Yo, man, cuz got the fight on." If I was down there, I probably would have went over there and watched this Friday night. I probably would have went over there and watched it. But it's not a necessity to me to see that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my niece said, "Well, I got it. I'm gonna put it on Netflix." I said, "Okay, well, I'll spend some time with you watching it." You know what I'm saying? But as for me, like, it'll be, oh, I gotta see it. That's, but and shout out, to everybody else. And I'm way behind these comments, I know. But I'm gonna catch up. Straight out, who you rooting for? Like I said, of course I want to see Titan. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you definitely, I want to see Tyson, of course, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's a real fight. I really don't. I don't think it, you know what I'm saying? I think it is a money grab, as somebody's saying. You know what I'm saying? It's an entertainment. Netflix gonna make a quarter billion or whatever. Might gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's might gonna make his, few millions. Um, what you call gonna make them millions? I'm catching up on these comments, man. But yeah, that's not no, I don't focus on sports like I used to. Yeah, man, sports, and they say sports are rigged too. It's entertainment. Like I said, it's entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with being entertained. But when you wake up every day just to be entertained, just like the honest, these phones, this sometimes is entertainment. Like even you know, I don't know what I just did, but yeah, everything. The world is a stage, and we are just players in it. But as long as we are cognizant of the fact that we are being entertained and we are being distracted, then it's once again it's okay. Like a lot of people watch those binge shows, right? I remember, what was that show with Lucius Lyons and them? Like I never watched it, right? But I would come into work one day, right? I would come into work, we'd be on the phones and stuff, and I hear them talking about, well, yeah, Cookie and what you call it? Yeah, did you hear what they said about such and such? Yeah, and his girlfriend, and I'm listening, right? I'm like, who y'all talking about? Like what? I'm thinking it's real people that we don't, what I'm saying, like we like that work with us. They tell me, oh man, on Empire, man, on Power, on the Wire. I'm like, and I just go back to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never been one, and once again, no knock to anybody who does, but I like, and mind you, I've tried to watch them, right? And I got hooked into what was that, Raising Canaan. I was visiting somebody one time, and they had it up there. And, we watched, and, of course, they was all into it. So I'm like, we watched it one time, and boom. Every time I came over there, I was like, okay, let me see that next episode. Once again, I got trapped off in it. And I would go up there, it'll be 3 days later. And I done sat there and didn't do nothing I planned to do. That's why I was like, okay, I know I can't watch it because I know I have an addictive personality. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this conversation cool and all, but are you going to strain the fight? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I guess I can screen the fight. I screen the fight then, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. What? But I'm saying, like, hey, hold on. Let me see if she give me her next fit path where if she let me screen the fight, man, we'll scream it and I just do reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they won't take it down. Hopefully they might let me do it. They might let me share the screen and talk about it. Y'all funny, man. Who said that, man? Why are you talking about get back to the case? But once again, we like I said, so if you watched last night, Nancy Drew, why are we talking about this? Get back to the case. We talked a lot about the case last night. We talked about the case, a lot of the cases, all for like 60 nights straight, right? Tonight I was in the airport all day. I don't know if you didn't hear me say that. So I didn't have time enough to prepare, anything of substance to talk about with the case. There are some things of substance that we need to address, but I didn't have time to put those things together. So I didn't want to be just talking off the cuss and getting lost, and reviewing and revamping and having the same conversations over and over again. That's one thing that got me burnt out for, the first 30 days that I talked about the case 2 times a day, every day, because people would call me and I was like, I just talked about that with this person. I just talked about that same thing on the show. I don't address that. So I was getting frustrated with people with valid concerns. It was just that they were late catching up. So, I have to pace myself too, Nancy Drew, with this. So, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like people telling me, yeah, get you some rest, take a break. So I appreciate you, wanting me to talk about it tonight. And if I was prepared to talk about it tonight, I would have, but yeah, like, of course I can't, just overload myself and overwhelm myself to the fact that, I'll have another brain surgery. You see that scar right there? That came from 2 brain aneurysms. From constantly figuring out how I can fight racism and fight against injustice in my hometown and in all those places, along with some other things in my life. But I've learned to um we definitely haven't forgotten the case. Like I got once again, did you see the lady just called me and talk about the case? So that's gonna be some information that we're gonna have to talk about, tomorrow maybe. And tomorrow if I'm not once again resting, from all the 59 other days that I've stayed up all night talking about the case with other people and all of those things. So but yeah, man, they're trying to plan another pandemic. Yeah, man, it's so many things. Like I said, and even once again, they could be using that as a distraction. You know, they could be using, these things as distractions. Okay, well, maybe if we keep um, you know, making them find, people in the trees, they won't think about this. They will be stuck on racism, but not stuck up thinking about how that when the immigrants grow, I mean, that's what people are saying. When the immigrants go away, there's nobody going to be able to tend the field, so there's going to be scarce food and stuff. So let's get them thinking about racism, and not how empty the shelves are. This is man, this is a sinister game that is going on. But y'all, my man, did you get the jab written? Nah, I didn't. Nah, I thought, I knew better than that, man. Like I said, I knew better than that. I knew better than that. And Nancy Drew, I don't even know who you is. I'm about to block you though, because you kind of disrespectful. So yeah, it's always about Javion. But we who is Nancy Drew anyway? Let me look at your profile, because you got kind of disrespectful right there. And I appreciate you for tuning in though. But yeah, that's I don't. I think I responded to your statement with, oh yeah, I don't even know who you are. But yeah, but yeah, like I responded to your statement with respect. So I think I deserve the same respect, um, back from you. But evidently you may be new here or not. But yeah, so yeah, we, like I said, this is the night of, like I said, relax. I've been in the airports since about probably 2. And I got here at like maybe 6. Didn't get here till about 8. And I said, okay, well, after we just finished. So I said, well, okay, let me go on and talk about this, because this was something on my mind, because I always see us get excited about these events, whether it's the Grammy Awards, whether it's fights, whether it's Super Bowl games, whether it's big games like last night, um, or whatever. So um, it's definitely a subject that, once again, we got to know. I know I'm not picking fruit for anyone. I don't know. So what you gonna do then? So okay, Mr. Glover, you my homeboy, right? So let me ask you then. So what are you gonna do if Walmart, Harris Teeter, Whole Foods, Lidl's, Piggly Wiggly, Food Lion, all those stores suddenly shut down and stop selling you food? How you gonna live? Do you know how to grow your food? See, we become a little, we become into a little too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? With the way we have it. Like, yeah, we don't have to buy our food. We don't have to, do those things like that, because we work for it, and we can go to the grocery store, every day. But what would happen? Who knows? Have to go. Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that because the food that we have is think about it. This is another quick point. They got a branch of government called the Food and Drug Administration. So you tell me, why is the Food and Drug Administration all encapsulated in one? What does food and drugs have to do together? Y'all know it. The food that we eating is poisonous, and uh, it causes us to have to go to the doctors and get what? Prescriptions. And also, they're saying that, even the Similac meal, they said they're putting they're putting the drugs in the food. That there's some that say, like even Similac, the Similac, is got drugs in it. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely yes. Fasting. That's why I try to fast. At least once or twice a month. You know, and actually, I was just talking to this 86-year-old, Caucasian gentleman in the Yeah, I'm glad y'all brought that up because that I meant to say this too. I was just talking to this 86-year-old Caucasian gentleman in the hallway, and he was talking about, yeah, man. I'm talking about when he told me he was 86. I'm thinking like 70, but he was 86. And he was like, yeah, man. They was telling me, cause I was checking out the gym in the complex. He was like, yeah, man, you look like you work out. I said, yeah, man. He said, man, yeah, man, look, I was 186. He said today I'm 162. And within, last year I lost 20 pounds. He said the doctor said I had heart problems. So they tried to put me on I fast for 3 days most of the time, G63 the reason. He said he tried to put me three on pills, on 3 sets of pills, right? But the doctor told him, and this is and once again, this may be a part of the medical racism, but the doctor told him, he said, look, I don't want to put you on that, but I need you to do 4 things. He said, cut back eating and change your diet. He said, exercise more. He said, find something to alleviate stress. And what else did he say? Cut back eating, exercise more. And he gave me a 4th thing, right? And he said, since I did that, I haven't had to take the medicine, right? And I'm like, okay, well, he gave you that advice. He's maybe he's a doctor with a heart, or maybe he just chose you. Look up the 3D meat. Yeah, I seen that. My mom used to take over 33 pills a day. Yeah, and that's like I said, when I had my stroke, like I said, I took those pills for they gave me 3 pills. It was a blood pressure pill, a diuretic, and some other kind of pill, right? An aspirin or something. And I took them for 1 month because they said if you have one stroke, you're at a high risk to have another one within 30 days. So I took those pills because I was scared. But what I did after that is I looked up every food that lowers your blood pressure, that prevents stroke, and I ate those foods. Of course, I stopped doing a whole lot of other things too. But yeah, those that, and once again, that's what we call medical racism. We call medical racism. So, but yeah, man, this is it's very deep. You know what I'm saying? No one should be taking prescription medicine. That's right. That's why I think the Food and Drug Administration, somebody said facts on the Similac is serving beef mixed with human meat. We as a people, I know. Yeah, we not supposed to eat meat. And I'm trying to get there with you, Jay Glover. I don't know if you there already. I was a pescatarian for about what, probably like 9 months. Let me see, and with, like I said, and matter of fact, I might even put the fight on just to show you the theatrics. Like right now, they probably interviewing Kiana. Hold on, let me. She got her headphones on over there. Let me see if she'll let me get the Netflix code. I might do that real quick, man, so I can watch it with y'all. Hey, what's your sign in?
What sign in?
For the Netflix thing.
Oh, I can turn it on.
No, I was gonna do it on mine.
Yeah,
No.
What?
Why? So you can air it on their thing?
No, I'm not. Listen,
I cannot sign in on that. It won't let me.
It won't.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's a bad idea. You live. We live now. So yeah, we
There's 167 people watching.
yeah. That's what
Cool.
this. Yeah.
Would
This
they
is
like
my
to know about
what
police created exigencies?
Exit. What do you call it?
Exigencies.
Exigencies. So that's a
Under the
new
Fourth
word.
Amendment.
That's a new word. Exigencies. So we don't have to say unaliveness no more. We can
Now,
say
an exigency is something that allows you to go into or see somebody or enter into somebody's property without a warrant.
exigencies. Okay, so
Sure.
that's a new word from my lovely niece who's in law school. So um, so yeah, so exigencies that's allows police.
Exigencies.
Okay, the Taylor House Publishing family said, hey, just, yeah, so Tennessee said, hey, yeah, this is a like a light night. We try, yeah, because we're not talking about any cases tonight. I just came on and just talk about the.
Yes, you were.
What cases we're talking about?
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you was working.
I am working.
Give us the next.
Yeah, how could I work with him talking like this? You wonder. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's my
Ouch, Italy.
But yeah, man. So I guess there will be no screaming. Yeah, that's right, because I don't want to promote that stuff. But yeah, man. I don't knock nobody for, like I said. I'll thank you. Oh, y'all saw her? They must have saw you a little bit. But yeah, that's my niece. Yeah, she's. Tell we walking across in her robe. She's not in her robe. That was a hoodie. that was a hoodie. That was one of the people that said, don't be walking around in your robe. I said that's a hoodie. But yeah, so and her bonnet. Oh, you joke? They be joking. You don't got no bonnet. You don't want to leave. No, come. She did not have on a bonnet and a hoodie. That's why. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is my lovely niece. She, Lord willing, she'll be, a lawyer within a few months. So if we ever need some services,
corporate
services, so that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, so yeah, man, we just out here, like I said, sometimes it's you got to take a break. Yeah, idols, from just everything, man. Like I said, it's these cases are very, like I said, they're very. Yeah, okay. The show hasn't started, and I believe, like I said, I really don't try to blame everything on the Trump thing, but I know that this is a bigger agenda, so I can imagine what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just being prepared spiritually and mentally, first of all, because I'm not worried about it like a lot of my a lot of people I talk to, they're really worried about it, like just like they're showing you mad love too. She got her headphones in, so she can't hear me no more. But she's actually over there just like me studying. Like as soon as both of us came in, we put our computers and we went to work. So she's focused and I be focused on a lot of stuff. So yeah, man, but yeah, I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen with the Trump thing, and then but I'm also waiting to see what other distractions that we are gonna have before it's all said and done. And so but I don't know, like I said, I and that's I don't know how how it's all going to play out. corporate lawyer Jay Glover. But yeah, so oh yeah, when it's time to work, it's time to work. Respect. Yeah, so yeah, we gonna. I don't know when y'all tell me when the fight come on. She said I can't log in on my device. And, oh yeah, they got 3 questions. So, but yeah, I definitely won't be streaming it. But I just had to. I don't know. That was on my mind, man. But the bread and circuses thing, I heard that a long time ago, and it really made sense. Um, we have got. Oh, for real? Okay, well, I'm gonna get off soon. But it says, yeah, so the phrase originated, bread and circuses, the phrase originated from a Roman writer who lamented the decline in Roman heroism after the fall of the Roman Republic. The Roman government would distribute free food and stage large spectacles to keep the people happy. Now, um, they would uh, they would give the people free food and create large spectacles to keep the people happy. Now, we all know, well, I don't know, maybe y'all know, but I think this fight is a spectacle. It's not a real fight. It's a spectacle. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, maybe y'all think this is a real fight. I, for one, just like the Roy Jones Tyson fight. When was that? That was about 3 years ago, right? I think Tyson was 53 or something. 55, maybe. If he's 58 now, so that would have been 3 years ago. So Tyson was 55, Roy Jones was 53. It was a spectacle. Yeah, it was a spectacle. So that this definition reigns true tonight. Marcus Tullius Cicero commented on the phrase saying that the problem was not with bread and circuses themselves, but with the willingness of people to give up their rights for the excitement of the games and the promise of full bellies. The willingness of people to give up their rights for the excitement of the games and the promises of full bellies. Yeah, I think Mike Tyson was about 63. I saw somewhere he was 63. Maybe that was a typo. But I just wanted to come on and share this information. Because once again, I think that is what we see, man. Like I said, as long as people have something to eat and they got something to entertain them with, they good. Think about, when they said, back in the slave days, they would, make the slaves work all week. Then at the end of the week, they would take them out. They would get them drunk, and then, the next, when it's time back to go back in the fields, they would be so happy to get in the fields because, they had done partying and drunk, and then they wanted to work to get some food, fill their bellies, get them drunk, feed them. They'll never run away. They'll never rise up against the master. As long as and if you see the movie Django, wasn't it Django when he walked in, him and the white guy, and the dude had, I think it was Django. Was it Django or one of them Tarantino movies? That was a Tarantino movie, I think. But when the 2 black dudes was fighting, and I think they was butt naked, but they was fighting, and they actually fought to the death. And one of them banged the other dude head, and and dude was like, all right. And I think he bought him or something like that. But that was, that was their entertainment, and a lot of people really don't like boxing because they feel like that is a form of what they used to be doing back then. They used to, once again, they used to make, that what we saw in the movie Gladiator was not, fiction. It was a fictional movie, but it was based on facts. Like, they would really have Africans in there fighting lions and, like, 7 tigers against, 20 people and whoever, whoever lasted or whatever. They had to, like, those things were real stuff. Yeah, I heard a lot of them shows was good, man. But I know, like, once again, I have an addictive personality, so um, I have to guard myself. I have to guard my mind. And actually, once again, the word entertainment. Think about the different aspects of that word. Enter, right? Enter. It enters you, right? Tain, tain. That means it stays with you. Think of any word with tain. Contain, sustain, maintain, sustain. All of those deals with being constant, right? And then mint, mint. Think about it. Establishment, government, development. What are those things? That means it's permanent. It's minted in you. So something enters you, it stays with you, and it's solidified in you. Entertainment. It's more than entertainment. You know, that's why when I was young and I used to watch the Boys in the Hoods and the Minister Society and listening to, you know, the raps all day, I would I started it became second nature. I started doing it. It became a part of me. Like it became who I was. It became who I was. So we got to look at things more than entertainment. Just like my brother said, one of the shows, then you know they started off with two men kissing or whatever, and the next thing they started doing that and doing that and doing that, and next thing you know, oh that's cool. You know what I'm saying? When 20 years ago, that would be like, ooh, how dare they put that in there? But they started easing it in there slowly but surely in these shows that we loved. You know, and people used to ask me, well, have you ever watched P Valley? Nah, I've heard about it. I've heard just enough to, I don't want that. I don't even want that in my spirit. You know, and people talk about, those shows, how they kind of spring those scenes on you, like, I guess in the Powers and in the, whatever those shows are, they kind of spring those scenes on you, like, we got you. But you know what I'm saying? But you like the show. So now you got to keep watching it. And then they keep putting those scenes in there on you. And then next thing you know, well, yeah, I gotta accept this to get to the part I like. You know what I'm saying? So when I was younger and they wouldn't let us go to movies in the Holiness Church, right? And I see why. Because they was trying to guard our mind. It makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense now to what they were doing. But when I was little, I was like, why can't I go see the movies all my friends are seeing? Our holiness pastor, they knew, okay, well, shoot. Now all of that stuff is worldly. And they used to call, the music, they used to call it dancing music. We couldn't listen to dancing music. That was any music. That was any music that wasn't Christian music. You know what I'm saying? So, but of course, as I got older, I see how the movies influenced me. I see how the music influenced me. And so many people may not want to admit it like I can admit it, you know what I'm saying? But I know, like, I didn't, doom, when I heard that beat, doom, 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 I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queen Blair's murderers. The mob like that. When I heard that song right there, I mean, it was over for me. I was like, dude, oh man, that's so hard. What they talking about? That's what I want to be. Like, and then they had the videos with it, all of them, with the chains and the music and the money and the phones and the girls and the liquor. Oh yeah, I'm striving to be that. So that's why I can't knock the young boys who are out there, with the drill music, because that is those rappers that we see today, are the Mobb Deeps, the Jay-Z's, the Biggies, the Snoops of my day. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. It has captured the youth. And it was also another German philosopher who said, and I want to get this quote right. Let me see. I want to say, he said, this is what he said. Okay, this is one. He said, give me control of a country's music, and I will. Hold on. So this one says, I think. Okay, so this is a Hitler quote, but it says, "He alone who owns the youth gains the future." But I think it was one quote that said, "Give me control of a country's music, and I will control the youth." You know, give me control of a country's music, and I will control the youth. And so, um, that's and once again, that music is a very powerful thing. If you ever listen to a song and um listen to a song and it just you just hated it, right? Like, but then the more you listen to it and the more that you hear it and the more they play it on the radio, you find yourself banging to it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's the joint. Oh yeah, I rock with that. Because once again, it has encompassed you. It has entered you. It has solidified you. You know what I'm saying? It has made its abode with you. It has entered your spirit. So how do we have the lights up close to as many people in here when we are not talking about cases, but when we are talking about real cases? No, I don't know, man. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. But like I said, this is just something that that was on my mind tonight. And actually, I've been on here longer than I planned on being, but it's always good, man, discussing these comments because, like I said, I feel like very intelligent people listen and interact with this. This why the conversations be so long. Always good comments. The movie and music industry uses psychology to control the people. See the Sanford, exactly. Let me put that quote up there as well. The Stanford prison experiment. Yep. And I think that was the one. Appreciate you. I think that was the one when they put they made some guards prisoners and some students prisoners and some students guards, and they began to act as they were. Yep, that's what it is. The psychology slavery. Yeah, they made some of the students prisoners and some of them guards, and they began to act out those things. So yeah, so man, it's what's up, brother Keith? Keep the disciple, man. Yeah, so it's very interesting, the dynamics that the psychology of these evil people. Like I just saw somebody say they were trying to get off fried foods, right? They say they use certain colors in the advertisement of fast foods to make you go there. I heard somebody in the chat just talking about McDonald's, right? And if you think about a lot of the fast food restaurants, what two colors do they have in them? Yellow and red. Think about it. What? The golden arches and the red McDonald's sign. The Burger King sign, right? Yellow and red is in there. Hardee's, yellow and red. What is it? Popeyes, yellow and red. What is it? Churches, I think. They said those two combination of colors seduce you to want to eat, right? They entice you to want to eat. Now, how can somebody just be that evil to say, okay, I want to sell them garbage. I'm going to think of the visual image to make them come and get this garbage. Bojangles, yeah, name the ones. Yep, name the ones. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not strong enough, like I said, and one, if you're not strong enough, you're gonna fall. And I ain't even gonna lie. You know what? I ain't gonna hold you. I can be honest, man. When I dropped my daughter off to school today, before we got up here, yeah, on the way back, I had food, right? I passed my down. I said, man, I'm gonna go get me a steak egg McMuffin. I know it ain't real. And even as I was chewing it, I could feel like the little stuff in there that's not real. But once again, I gotta do better. I know I gotta do better with all of this stuff. And though like there's a scripture that says those who mustard and ketchup. It said those who oh yeah, but those are bad. Yeah, those are terrible. They said ketchup, you can I forgot what they said you can do with ketchup, but yeah, all of those are bad. But the scripture said, those who know to do right and don't do it, they shall be beat with many stripes. And so it's up to us who knows the right thing and to do the right thing, man. So all me, like I said, what was that? What the health or something? I don't know. Somebody mentioned another meat movie, but somebody was talking about some meat movie that if you watch it, you will never eat meat again. And also, like when they slaughter the meat, like they said that when they slaughter the meat, like all of them are in a big house, so they're already stressed and they're watching. They know what's gonna happen. So when they are slaughtered, they're their tense and their fear and their anxiety are in the meat when they are when they are expired. So that transfers to us. So that's why we have all of that stress and like we're eating that stress and anxiety and it's spiritual. The blood that was in them, is transferred. Even no matter how you cook it, that blood is still in there. That DNA of have you ever heard that they said if you take some blood from a person, right? Something, and this once again, somebody may clarify this. They said if you take some blood from a person, right, and you set that blood somewhere, like you take it to a whole nother place, right? And if the blood, like, and say that person had like a disease, maybe in a curable disease. Let's just say hepatitis or whatever. And they said if you cure that person's blood in their body, if you cure that person's blood in their body, that same blood that you took away from them and out of them, that blood will be cured as soon as the blood in their body will be cured. I don't know if that's true, but I don't think if I've explained it right, but yeah, y'all do the research on that because I've heard like a scientist, somebody say that like if you take blood out of your body and you put it somewhere and you cleanse the blood that's still in the body, then that blood that you took out will be cleansed as well. Now I don't know, y'all fact check me on that, and I don't want y'all fact check me on that. Y'all please fact check me on that. There was something that I wanted to address up there too. Somebody said, but yeah, man, there's a lot of things that we don't know about, this thing that, this human body is oh no, that's what it was. It was the Chick-fil-A. Thank you. It was the Chick-fil-A. Nah, the Chick-fil-A, if you ever watch my brother Nuri Muhammad, matter of fact, you don't even have to watch them. Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick for you. And then, let me pull it up real quick for you. And once again, I thank y'all for tuning in on this night, on this Friday night too. It's a Friday night, so I know people are out, um, doing a thing, doing whatever they do on Friday nights. I don't even go out no more. But when I went out, it won't even no Friday night thing. It was just a every night thing. Like I didn't discriminate. It was every part of the week. I was trying to find a bar, somewhere to go, somewhere to hang out, somewhere to do all types of sorts of debauchery. So it didn't make me no difference what day of the week it was. You know what I'm saying? Every day was a party for me. So let me play this, and this is okay. Yeah, this is fair use. Let me play this real quick for y'all. So since somebody brought up Chick-fil-A, um, this is in mind. But watch this right here from my brother Nuri Muhammad. Right, I hope y'all can hear this because this is deep. This is deep. Hold on, we're gonna play this right here real quick. And I hope I'm gonna have to turn this thing. Hold on. I got my volume off. Hold on. Let me turn the volume up so y'all can hear. See, now they playing with me. They won't let me turn my volume. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's play it now. Let's see what they got.
Us the exact names, but just tell us how many ingredients are in what you refer to as Chick-fil-A.
Well, it's a play on words, of course. And you got to be black people. They when I said McDevils, everybody was like, ha ha ha. I said Taco Hell, ha ha ha. White fried chicken, ha ha ha. Then when I said Long John Killers, they was fine. When I said the Murder King, they was fine. But black people got an emotional attachment to this Chick-fil-A spot. So when I said Chick-fil-A, well, I had to get extra security. So I was sitting one day drinking some coffee, and I was looking at the line at Chick-fil-A. 3 lines starting at 10:30 in the morning, and I stayed there for an hour. It never let up. I said, ain't no way in hell that a chicken sandwich tastes that good. So I said, let me see. I wonder what they're putting in it. And I started doing the research, and everybody was going back and forth. And you seen people at Popeyes, man, got shot. I said, this ain't no regular chicken sandwiches. So I went and looked up Popeyes chicken sandwich. Come to find out, they have over 40 ingredients in the Popeyes chicken sandwich. 32 of them were man-made chemicals. And I said, well, let's see what Chick-fil-A has. Over 50 chemicals in the chicken sandwich. Over 40 of them were man-made chemicals. I said, so hell, this is a dope sandwich. So they really are flipping birds over there. Because there's no way in the world to justify. So whenever I seen that, I said it in a message, and someone took the clip of it and then went on the website of Chick-fil-A, had it broke down where they were clicking on it, showing all of the ingredients and these chemicals that were in it. Do you know the next day Chick-fil-A took that down off their website? So now you can't find the ingredients to the Chick-fil-A sandwich or the Popeyes chicken sandwich because they don't want you to know that they're drugging you, they're doping you, that they have you wanting the food not for nutritional value, but because you become addicted by the MSG and the other chemicals that they've inserted in that also are immune system disruptors. They affect your brain, mess with automatically activates the immune system, which means our bodies, when we eat this kind of food, they're fighting an unnecessary battle. So when the real battles of the disease show up, the systems are too worn out by fighting these small battles every day from bad eating that they can't handle a virus when it shows up. So it'll do us a great service. As the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this, he said, you must get your mouth out of the white man's kitchen. And remember this, the minister said this, whoever controls your kitchen controls your revolution, because food affects mood. We are what we think, but we also are what we eat. And if we have the wrong teacher multiplied by the wrong diet, we're going to engage in the wrong activity and success won't be ours.
All right, so truer words, and that's fair use, by the way. Fair use on the fair use that video was just for commentary and critical purpose and critiquing purposes only. But yeah, man, those are some powerful words, man. And you know, Dick Gregory talked about that. Dr. Sebi talked about that. Everything we eat, you know, affects our health. Eat to live. Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I think, you know, and that's one thing, you know, I do appreciate, you know, about my Islamic brothers and sisters. Like they really, well, you know, once again, I'm not going to say they, because, you know, I know some Islamic brothers and sisters who just like Christian brothers and sisters, just like, you know, 5% of Muslims, like everybody don't practice what they preach, you know what I'm saying, to the fullest extent. You know, brothers, oh yeah, man, don't eat that pork, man, but I'm 5% of man, but you out there slinging, you know what I'm saying? So it's deeper than that. But, you know, one thing, you know, the Muslim brothers who really practice, you know, they do, you know, consider their diet. They do, you know, consider, you know, just, you know, what they eat. And, you know, you'll have and I do have to say it, my Christian preachers, you know, they can be up there 300, 400 pounds talking about getting the Holy Ghost and doing this and stuff. But, you know, you 2 pork chops away from cardiac arrest. You know what I'm saying? My pastor, you know what I'm saying? Pastor love that fried chicken, you know, pastor, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like I was actually at a funeral one time, and there was a pastor up there, you know, said we was going through the line. That was just when I was starting my pescatarian thing, right? So we was looking at all that good food, and I went up there and got me a plate full of vegetables, right? It was a pastor was like, man, shoot, I'm supposed to be eating this fried chicken, man, but I'm gonna get me a piece, man, because my wife ain't here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be eating it because the doctor said this, that, and the other. And I just laughed in my mind, like, bro, how you going, you know, you ain't got no discipline, you know, not to eat what the doctor said is basically going to take your life away, but you're going to lead me on a spiritual journey to a relationship, you know, with Christ, you know, and a white brother. Like, so one of my white brothers in recovery, you know, he one of my white brothers in recovery, he said, man, and we used to always, you know, he didn't really like me. Yeah, he was sneaking chicken, but he said, man, why in the black church, man, you go to the black church, man, and everybody's shouting and they singing and they dancing and they catching the Holy Spirit, but then they got high blood pressure, they got diabetes, they got you know, whatever, and they got sugar, they got this and that. And I couldn't even argue with him because like he was a workout buff like me. So me and him used to work out. He was real skinny and stuff. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Come on, bro. So he was real skinny and stuff. And then he was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, why do black people be jumping all around and singing, but they dying of that obese and all of that, and then blame God. I couldn't even argue with him. Come like, yeah, like I seen it, man. So there's a lot of things. Once again, to end it on that note, what we talking about? Bread and circuses. You know, bread and circuses. That's a great note to end it on. Pastor got on his shoulders, man. Last shall be first, man. This is the night you should have been going in, right? I could have really laughed on this one, but yeah, man, white folks are fat too. Yeah, we once again I'm not talking about white folks. Like I can't. That's like, but like that. Like that's like saying, you know, when I see my young brothers killing each other on the street, you know, and I'm talking about that. Well, white people kill white people too. That ain't what I'm talking about. That I'm talking about my brothers who affected my community. I'm talking about this. So this is what we talking about. You know, and I appreciate the comment, but you know, I don't like when people do that with, you know, comparing. What I'm not worried about what white people do. You know, if white people jumping off bridge, are we going to jump off the bridge too just because they fat? We don't pose to be conscious of our weight. You know what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. We should, Thanksgiving. Thank you, Thanksgiving, and that's a gluttonous holiday. You know, everybody and their mom gonna be. Is these two girls fighting? Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead to. If y'all watching the thing, it's two girls fighting. Okay. This is what I'll do. I'll go live on my phone, and then y'all can see the fight on my phone. How about that? Y'all think they'll let that fly? But we're gonna try that, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But if y'all do want to see tonight's circus, I'm gonna go ahead and do it from my phone from the live, so y'all can watch it there, and we'll see. Y'all tune in and we can laugh and joke. But you know, I already feel about it. Netflix is crashing as we speak. Okay, well, I don't know. My nieces is up, so we're gonna watch this joint. But I appreciate y'all, man. Peace and love. Y'all take care, and y'all have a nice night. That's what's up. Just a little break. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go live on the phone. And if y'all want to see it, man, we can watch it and laugh and joke. And yeah, man. But you know, once again, and laughing, man, for real, I've been so serious about this stuff, man. Like when I've been with my niece for these 2 hours, man, we just been laughing and joking, man, because laughter is good for the soul. So you know, while we must continue to fight and stay vigilant, we also have to once again take care of our heart and you know, soul, because this stuff is, you know, once again, I feel good, like laughing with my daughter and my niece, just laughing and giggling and joking. Yeah, man, it's definitely has you know, giving it's giving, as they say, it's giving joy, it's giving, you know, it's giving life. But yeah, so but yeah, man, y'all peace and love, but y'all check out. I'm gonna go live on the phone and see if we can't watch the fight together, man, if y'all do want to watch it. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and share and subscribe to the video. Peace and love.